Hi, I'm Brandy Stanley, and this is Module 17 for EDL 858, my data protocol. First, I'll answer the question of how will my teachers respond to being given a protocol to help with their data dialogue and discussions. I feel like I need to set the tone first because they are not used to having a specific procedure to go through their data. They're kind of allowed to go into their teams and work through whatever they need to on data and assessments and talking with their team members, but there's not really been a set protocol and process to go through that. So my graphic that I've created is kind of walking through and setting the tone for the expectation. So talking about data collection being our first step, using multiple sources of data, giving that background a bit that we're not just looking for student achievement data. And then data analysis. My teachers will appreciate a little time to look over their data before coming to the group. And then we're talking about collaboration next, coming together, and I'll explain we're looking for the gaps in the data. What can we do next? We're looking at groups of students, what groups are doing well and why. And then implementation, whatever they've decided on as far as doing something to make improvements in the instruction, and then assessment, and then looping back up to the top, of course, to look at the data again after those additional assessments. And then the protocol sheet that I've developed, the objective I've left broad on this example to examine our data and implement a plan to make continuous improvement toward our building goals. But this can be more specific depending on what groups I'm working with. So I would adapt it if I'm working with my reading teachers. I would adapt it to looking at the reading scores specifically, whether that's to be for regrouping for our intervention plan during MTSS time or whatever the goal is. And then it would be 45 minutes every 2 weeks. That's half of their planning time. We're on a block schedule, so we have about 90 minutes for a block. And then they would set the date. And then I've left room here for them maybe to write in a more specific goal depending on what they're working on for that day. And then the key questions: who are we? How do we do business? Where are we now? Why do we exist? Where do we want to be? What are the gaps? How can we get to where we want to be? How will we implement? And how will we evaluate our efforts? So just talking the teachers through this when I first set the tone for the process, teaching them what the process is going to be as we go through our data, and then it will be more polished and they'll get used to it, and then I think they will appreciate having the protocol to use and working through things efficiently with their team. I think it will be a really beneficial tool. Thank you.